From high above Hollywood, California, this is Money TV. I'm Don Baillargeon. Thanks for joining us. Money TV is a program all about money and what makes it happen. Flying on commercial airlines in the United States has become incredibly safe and reliable. Much safer statistically than driving, probably even safer than being a pedestrian. So it was with a great shock to most everyone this week when news of Southwest Airlines Flight 1380 from New York to Dallas suffered an engine failure resulting in the tragic death of a 43-year-old woman. At approximately 32,000 feet, or roughly 6 miles above land, there was a turbofan failure in one of the engines, causing the cowl to blow off, a piece of which hit the main cabin, shattering a window. As the airplane's cabin rapidly depressurized, the woman was nearly pulled through the window, and only the quick thinking of fellow passengers kept her from being yanked out of the aircraft. The woman's injuries were very severe, and she did not survive, becoming the first fatality in a U.S.-based flight in nearly a decade. The engine failure has been preliminarily blamed on metal fatigue, similar to a car throwing a piston rod. That type of failure does happen. Another Southwest 737 using the same type of engine occurred in August of 2016 with no fatalities, and the United Airlines 777 flying from San Francisco to Hawaii suffered an engine failure caused by a broken fan blade just last month, though the failure was contained and the aircraft landed safely. These turbofans are spinning at thousands of revolutions per minute. Anything moving that fast can be subject to metal fatigue and failure. Now, one can only imagine the chaotic scene on board. It's estimated the plane descended from 32,000 to 10,000 feet in about 5 minutes. Southwest CEO Gary Kelly said the plane was inspected earlier in the week, but he had no details on what parts were examined. Kelly assured that Southwest will be conducting an aggressive ultrasonic inspection campaign for their entire fleet. Now, as I mentioned earlier, flying U.S.-based commercial airlines has become safe and routine. So safe and routine, in fact, that passengers get annoyed at any delays, any absence of overhead bin storage room, any perceived slight by a flight attendant, any patch of rough air being flown through. The fact is, however, despite an engine failure 6 miles up in the air, 148 people made it back home safely due to the heroic actions of a well-trained and professional pilot and crew. Keep that in mind the next time your flight is delayed. Now, here's something that's never delayed. It's our toll-free number, good from anywhere in the world you're watching the program, 888-259-4449 for free information about our featured guests. When you do call, be sure and ask to be added to the subscription list of our Money TV newsletter. Again, toll-free from anywhere in the world, 888-259-4449. Visit us at MoneyTV.net. Please like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Well, our first guests this week are joining me here in studio, two executives from a company called Single Point Incorporated, SING is their stock symbol. To my far left, the president of the company, Mr. Will Ralston. Will, always good to see you.
Thanks, Don.
And of course, the CEO, Greg Lambrecht. Greg, it's a pleasure as always.
Well, thanks for having us.
Now, you guys are in Southern California this week, which first and foremost means something's going on. But you were also at an equities conference here in LA. Tell us how that went for you.
Well, it went well. You know, we've had a great week. We came out on Tuesday telling our shareholders that we finished our 2017 financials, and they are audited. So now we have 2016 and 17 done. We're immediately filing a Form 10, and we're going to be fully reporting. So the good news there is that we're going to be able to start attracting the institutional investors to not only buy our stock on the market, but also to invest into Single Point. And we already have inquiries from different financial institutions to invest 10 to 15 to 20 million in us. And what we're going to do with that money, we actually have 3 to 4 LOIs out there now that equal up to 15 to 20 million revenue.
Wow.
So we're going to raise that money and get that revenue. And our goal is to move up to the NASDAQ. So this is a great week for Single Point. The stock was up 40% on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. We did $2 million of trading, 50 million shares. So
wow.
So we're moving in the right direction.
You know, a lot of people don't really realize how voluminous the filings are and how detailed they have to be when you're doing the audits. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of money.
Yeah, well, I'm embarrassed to tell you how long it took us, so I'm not going to. But yes, it took us a lot of time and a lot of money, so we're really excited to get it done.
Now, Will, some of these acquisitions that you folks have targeted, as Greg mentioned, you got LOIs out that you're getting ready to close. What are some of the things about these LOIs that attracted you?
Well, the biggest thing is that they're all revenue positive and they all have EBITDA. So we're looking at making some larger acquisitions in the range of 7 to 8 million top line revenue, and each of the companies is doing over $1 million in EBITDA. So very excited about that. The latest LOI we just signed with Phoenician Grinders is not quite that large, but they are profitable, and we're excited because they're an ancillary cannabis business, service provider. So very excited for that one. They have a great medical quality grinder for consumer use, and they're actually getting a patent pending on their commercial grade grinder. So we're very excited for them, and we have a lot of trust and excitement for that team.
Now, I know that you have headquarters in both Seattle and Phoenix. These companies, this particular company is located in Phoenix, so they're kind of your neighbors.
Yeah, exactly. And funny enough, the other one's actually in Seattle. So they've got a distribution warehouse out of Kent, actually. So we're pretty excited about that. And actually, the third one is in Phoenix as well.
Oh, great.
And they operate in 5 other states. So very excited for all 3 of these potential acquisitions. And Phoenician Grinders, we're very close to wrapping up that deal with.
Well, that's exciting. Now, Greg, we talked about this before in previous programs. It was kind of frustrating when Attorney General Jeff Sessions said some negative things about the cannabis industry. But apparently, President Trump has kind of usurped that and said some positive things about state sovereignty. So that's got to be good for the industry overall.
Yeah, well, unfortunately or fortunately, when one of these politicians says either good or bad, the stock really responds accordingly. And we did take a hit when Sessions said what he did. And of course, recently with Trump and the former Speaker of the House giving us positive news, the whole industry has come back a little bit, including us. But the good news is Trump has stated before that he's going to allow this up to the states about medical and recreational marijuana, and he's restated that again. So that's a great sign.
Well, Trump's a big supporter of state sovereignty for a lot of different things that he thinks the federal government should keep their fingers out of. Now, Will, with respect to these acquisitions, I mean, you've got these things getting ready to close as you expect. 2017 was a big acquisition year for you. Do you see more acquisitions on the horizon in 2018?
Absolutely. I think we've already got more deals in the pipeline than we did in 2017. We're only, here into April. So 2018 is going to be a huge year for Single Point in terms of acquisition, but we've also got a lot going on internally with internal project development, such as our last mile delivery application and some of our blockchain solutions and crypto payment solutions. So we're really wrapping up a lot of these projects, and they're so close to launching on a production side that 2018 overall, Single Point is in a very strong position to 1, acquire additional companies, and to 2, launch these internal projects.
Almost out of time, but can you give us an update on the Kevin Harrington campaign?
Yeah, absolutely. And we shot the commercial in Phoenix. It's been a couple months now, so our team has been editing that commercial, and evidently this is the first time we've shot a national commercial, and it takes time. But they just sent us last week what they came up with. We like it, and we're moving forward with the commercial. Will may have a better idea on that, but I think that the commercial is probably going to come out within the next 30 days.
Your better idea?
There's been a lot of back and forths on the animation design and when to bring in Kevin and when to go back to animation. So as you know, that takes a lot of time and money, and if you need to change something, it's like a whole ordeal. So going back and forth between those edits has obviously taken a little longer than we would have liked to, but again, first time experience, and we're working through it, and we're excited to get it fully out there.
Single Point Incorporated, SING. Gentlemen, lots of stuff this week. Terrific update. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, and go sing.
Thanks, Don. Go sing.
And joining us now on the phone is Fernando Lopez. He's the Chief Operating Officer of MJ Biotech Incorporated. MJTV is their stock symbol. Fernando, good to talk to you again.
Great talking with you, Don. Thank you for having me on MoneyTV.
Well, tell us again what the company does, please.
So MJ Biotech is the parent company, trading symbol MJTV, and Zen's Tea House is the corporate subsidiary that specializes in organic loose-leaf teas and herbs. We work with naturopathic doctors, homeopathic doctors, licensed medical physicians to create proprietary blends for patients and their doctors.
Now, you're able to go to several locations and actually directly sell your teas to consumers, and you've been ranking up some pretty good sales.
That's correct. Yes, we finished our first quarter at $428,000, which was a record high for the month of March of 2018. We did $168,000. In March 2017, we did about 33,000. So we're seeing some astronomical growth, and it's largely due to our team. The Zen's Tea House team is we're recruiting our salespeople. We're working really hard to put customers first and using educational-based marketing as a means to growing our business.
Now, there's a lot of health benefits, of course, to your teas. It's really coinciding with what seems to be the general public's move towards holistic kind of treatment, correct? That's correct. There are so many people who are looking for complementary and preventative medicine, and it's not even an alternative anymore. So many medical physicians, pharmacists, doctors, whether they're coming from Eastern or a Western background, they're looking for healthier alternatives to pharmaceutical drugs. And the way Zen's Tea House is growing, it doesn't show any signs of slopping down. Once again, the company is MJ Biotech Incorporated, stock symbols MJTV. Great update. Fernando, thanks so much for joining us. Thank you very much, Don. I hope you have a wonderful day. You too. Take care.
Does this sound familiar? Turned down for a mortgage? Credit card interest over 20%? Didn't get the job you wanted? The problem is your credit score. Unsure what your credit score is? Call the Advocacy Network, 321-947-3220. Talk to Carl. He can help you regain your financial independence. Change your life today. 321-947-3220. Talk to Carl.
Have you heard the news? There's only one flat-fee news distribution network on the market. It's called Access Wire, and it's exclusively from Issuer Direct. Any day, anytime, the Access Wire News Network can deliver your press release to more than 1,500 media outlets in 98 countries. Access Wire also delivers real-time engagement analytics. You will learn who read and shared your press release and more. Best news of all, getting started is easy. Visit accesswire.com and extend your company's news reach today. We are back. Thanks for staying with us and joining the phone now by Carl Schilling. Carl is the founder of something called the Advocacy Network. Carl, welcome back to the program.
Yes, thank you so much, Don. It's great to be with you today.
Well, pleasure having you on the show. It's been a little while since we did have you last. Why don't you tell us again what the Advocacy Network's all about?
Well, we work to eliminate all forms of financial victimization, and we do that by creating awareness, providing financial literacy workshops, which are always free, and they help for community branding for financial services professionals. And lastly, through all that process, we also help people reach financial independence. So it's all one big message platform.
Now, when you talk about financial victimization, that actually comes at us in so many forms, some that we don't even realize, correct?
Yes, in fact, an interesting scenario to discuss with you today, I think, so people could see. I won't name names, okay, of the organizations. But recently, we found two people who had been involved in taking an IRA and using metals, right, gold and silver, which is very common, and you hear about it all the time. So there was a third-party, self-directed IRA firm, so-called custodian, who took the money and was going to put in the metals. But the metals dealer, which we won't name again, never provided the metals, and this went on for a year and a half, almost 2 years. So the people who had the IRA never knew that it had never been funded. And now the battle is to, the metals operations have disappeared, and now the battle is to get these people's money back because basically they have nothing.
How do you go about doing that, Carl?
Well, we've been in a process of trying to talk to the, as you can imagine, the self-directed IRA firm says they have no liability. They have no culpability to this, and then of course the dealer who supposedly took the money is no longer around, right? So there's no place to go after that. So what we're really trying to do is pierce through the self-directed IRA because they do have, regardless, they have some culpability.
Absolutely. I mean, they made the investment.
Yeah, and they protected themselves, so-called. They have a lot of little protections in there. But, again, you can't just make a disclosure and say that we're never responsible for anything and just, ignore everything. But they actually sent out invoices that showed certain specific metals So on the invoice, there's lists. And, you know, so my talks with the third-party IRA has been to say, hey, how in the world could you put this information in there? You're responsible for providing invoices. You're responsible for providing assets and telling people what's in their account. And here you have a specific list of things that are in the account that were never in the account.
Amazing. Carl, if people want to be protected in ways like that and they want to know more information from you, how can they get in touch with you?
Well, they can reach out to me, 321-947-3220. They can just Google me as well. But we've got I'm all over the social media, but we also have theadvocacynet.com.
Once again, Carl Schilling, the Advocacy Network, doing good things for helping people out. Carl, thanks so much.
Thank you, Don. Appreciate it. Have a wonderful day.
Take care. TKO Farms Incorporated is poised to become the world's largest grower of organic soursop trees. Soursop is a rare fruit which has been touted for its many health benefits, including the fight against cancer. The fruit routinely commands prices of $10 per pound in American stores. TKO Farms has nearly tripled its capacity of soursop trees in the last 12 months. The company also reports that payout checks have already gone out to first-round investors. TKO Farms has provided us with a video presentation that we'd like to share with you right now.
In addition to its crystal clear waters, enchanting coral reef, and exotic wildlife, Belize, which continues to be a thriving tourist destination, is also home to TKO Farms, a lush oasis of hardwood, tropical, and citrus trees. In this video, we explore the tremendous investment opportunities of this prosperous and flourishing farmland. Specifically, TKO Farms is home to teak and mahogany trees, ideal for furniture, flooring, and boats. Citrus and coconut trees, which of course are a source of food consumption, along with health and beauty products. And the elusive soursop tree, an exciting and highly profitable fruit, rich in nutrients, vitamins, and cancer-fighting properties. Belize is a country blooming with culture, beauty, and opportunity. In fact, in a recent Forbes article, Belize was ranked as the #2 country in the world among international areas for investment opportunities. And with a population of just over 350,000, it has the lowest density population in South America. The farm is just 50 miles outside of Belize City and a 15-minute drive from the capital city. It boasts the most beautiful valley views along with enchanting sunrise and sunset mountain views. In total, there will be over 220,000 trees when fully planted on the farm. Originally, the farm consisted of 160 acres, and in the mid-2000s, it expanded to over 500 acres, increasing its value almost 4 times. Here's a glimpse of our proposed new addition of 400 acres at TKO Farms. The farm consists of 3 separate sections of land. The main farm, where all the equipment and workers are housed, is approximately 400 acres with a second 112 acres just down the road 4,000 to 5,000 feet. The other 400 acres sits on the river just 1,000 feet away. With the expansion of the 400 acres, that is prime farmland, the new coconut and soursop trees will grow to produce fruit in 18 months, and another 65,500 hardwood trees will be added. At the ground level, we are excited to show you acres and acres of land and roads that allow you the freedom to get lost in this breathtaking oasis. Here at TKO Farms, we will be adding 4 cottages that are allocated to investors. These cottages are used by our investment partners 1 week out of the year. This allows you to enjoy a vacation destination at no cost and enjoy local destination points. Now we're taking a tour of the farm support and housing for employees. Here at TKO Farms, we have site farmers, farming equipment, and transportation for access throughout the farm. TKO Farms' long-term annuity are the teak trees. With trees that are 8 to 12 years old, harvest for the purpose of thinning will begin in 24 months, providing cash flow. Teak has a market value of $25 per board foot, which averages anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 per tree. Observe as a gentleman on the farm demonstrates the width of the tree to give a real perspective on how the trees are growing. There are more than 50,000 cash crops growing or to be planted among coconut, citrus, and soursop. The 8,500 orange and citrus trees produce a return now. The 9,500 coconut trees are a major asset to the farm due to the demand of coconut water, oil, meat, and other uses. Some trees are producing now, with most producing over the next 18 months. Soursop is the farm's most exciting product within the last 24 months. Over 3,000 have been planted, with some already producing fruit. This is a fruit destined to yield tremendous returns for the farm starting in the next 12 months, as there is a great demand for soursop fruit with prices at $10 a pound in stores. One soursop tree produces 5 to 20 fruit a year, and you can also get more soursop trees on an acre than almost any other tree producing this kind of return. With the allotted 400 acres, imagine the possibilities, as we will have the world's largest organic soursop farm with 10,000 trees and growing. The 400-acre farm will have, after planting, 65,500 teak, 18,750 coconut, and 9,000 soursop trees for a total 93,250 trees. Of the 512 acres, 312 acres are in hardwood trees consisting of 131,201 trees. 200 acres are planted in cash crops. Hardwood trees are like an annuity. For each year they grow older, larger, and more valuable. The teak reaches harvesting value when the hardwood grows to occupy the entire diameter of the tree, approximately 20 to 25 years after planting. The mahogany and other hardwood take an additional 5 to 10 years. TKO Farms, Inc., consisting of acres upon acres of lush landscapes with drivable roads, leading you to 9 tree plantations rich with cash crops and long-term annuities that will yield consistent and lucrative returns for years on end. As you can see, TKO Farms is located in the most pristine tropical location, and the air is crystal clear. Come to Belize, come to paradise, and come to TKO Farms. For investment information and opportunities, please contact TKO Farms at tkofarms.com or info@tkofarms.com.
Well, joining us in the studio now is Mr. J.L. Kinsler. He's the president of the Technologies Division of Origin Clear Incorporated, or stock symbols OCLN. J.L., welcome to the program.
Thank you, Don.
Now, normally when we're talking to Origin Clear, we're talking to Riggs Eckelberry, the CEO. We've got you today. Welcome to the program. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, you will hear it from my accent. I have quite an international background.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in France, and I spent some time in Asia working in the environmental and renewable energies industry.
Mm-hmm.
And I joined Origin Clear about 4 years ago now.
Okay. Now, this water cleanup technology is really fascinating. What attracted you to the company?
Well, actually, I'm one of the first-time earlier investors in the company, because I haven't known Riggs for quite a long time. Mm-hmm. And we created in France one of Origin Clear's joint venture, Enesis. That was back in 2011.
Okay.
So the major interest for us was at that time the algae harvesting process that Origin Oil at that time had developed, and it really is simple, straightforward, efficient, and it was what we needed for that purpose in Enesis.
Exactly.
But having worked in the environmental industry for quite a long time, I was extremely fascinated, and I was really attracted by the idea of being able to treat water without using chemicals, because this is a major issue wherever you go in the world.
Well, you're absolutely right. And speaking of places in the world, the company put out a press release this week about your actions in Puerto Rico and your operations there. What can you tell us about that?
Yes, well, this is the water chain part of Origin Oils, Origin Clear, sorry. Well, this is quite interesting, because this water chain project or concept that we are launching really comes at a time where there is a major need for water treatment decentralization, if I may say so. Puerto Rico right now, I read in the news yesterday that there was a total blackout there.
Right.
So there is still major issues for infrastructure, and we believe that local small-size initiatives would definitely be an answer to this issue. So these initiatives need capital, and we believe that the water chain project will definitely be a solution for this kind of issues. And then it would spread to other areas in the world, because water problems are not limited to Puerto Rico.
Now, you brought us a slideshow of several photographs. What can you tell us what you're looking at?
Well, okay. So what you're looking at is our operations in Origin Clear Technologies division. Mm-hmm. We are manufacturing equipment. We have started this activity in China a few years ago. We are making equipment. We delivered our first commercial units there. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, we are also providing water samples testing, mm-hmm. And also support to our local licensees. While we're doing that, we are also, of course, developing our technology here in our lab in LA, down at LACI.
So what's next for the company as we move forward in 2018?
Well, the company, as you certainly know, has three major activities. The one that I'm in charge of, which is technologies, will be definitely supporting and further developing our effort in creating a network of licensees throughout the world. Mm-hmm. Now we have licenses in China, in Europe, in Spain and France, mm-hmm. In Brazil. We have licenses in the US too, and we support these licensees so that they really start developing business and go into commercial phase. So we have very good expectations on that side for this year. We expect significant orders, for example, from our licensee in Spain. And of course, we keep developing the technology because we are licensing, and licensing means that we need to develop IP and to make our technology even more efficient. So this is what we're doing.
Once again, Origin Clear is the company. OCLN is the stock symbol. Fascinating interview, JL. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
On this week's Money Wrap radio program, we're going to talk about some of the people that are being protected by these so-called sanctuary cities. To find a radio station near you or to listen online, go to the website moneywrap.com. Call us right now, toll-free from anywhere in the world, 888-259-4449 for free information about our featured guests. When you do call, be sure and ask to be added to the subscription list of our Money TV newsletter. It is free, like the call, 888-259-4449. Visit us at moneytv.net. Please like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. That's our show this week. As always, we'll be back next week. Thanks so much for joining us.